Tonight on Season Pass.
Playoff madness continues. We're down to the final 4 teams in the girls' high school basketball playoffs. Find out who punched their ticket to San Antonio and who was sent packing. We also have highlights from the boys' high school basketball playoffs as teams entered the regional quarterfinals. Angelo State Athletics also continued action. Highlights from Foster Field coming right up. All this and more tonight. Season Pass starts right now.
Season Pass, sponsored by Kelly Grimsley Kia.
Welcome everyone to Season Pass, the one-stop shop for everything Concho Valley sports. If you feel out of the loop about what's happening around the area when it comes to sports, no fear, Season Pass is here to recap the past week. We have a ton to talk about. The boys' high school basketball playoffs started last week while the girls advanced to the state tournament. We have highlights and scores from the hardwood, and then of course Angelo State saw plenty of action. So let's get started with some highlights by district action for boys. Cristobal battled Albany on Monday at Jim Ned High School. The Cougars were district champions while the Lions finished 4th in District 8-3A. The Cristobal Cougars taking on Albany up in Tuscola. Second quarter, B.J. Morris attacking the basket. That cuts the Cristobal lead to 1, but the Cougars stay on the attack later. Clayton Edmonston drains the 3. That puts the Cougars up by 4. Seth Baker then knocks in and draws the foul and 1. Cristobal up 6. Third quarter, Cole Chapman driving in the finish. The Lions still hanging around. They trail by 5. But Cristobal was on one Monday night. Josh Fava, wide open jumper. He's going to bang that one home. Cougars creating some distance. This one actually went into overtime with Cristobal coming out on top. Cougars win 43-39. The Sterling City Eagles battled their way to 20 wins this season, their first 20-win season since 2007, and advanced to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. So what's the next goal? How about win a gold ball over Paint Rock? Out to Coleman, Texas, the Paint Rock mascot is ready to go, and so are the Sterling City fans. Paint Rock showed up in the first quarter after trailing 6-0. They put together a little run. Brandon Belk with the step-back jumper, and then Jacob Martinez hits Pedro Miranda on the wing. That capped off a 13-0 run for the Indians. However, the Eagles would gather their composure. Isaiah Arlano to Chance Ferguson takes contact and finishes at the rim. They led 16-13 at the end of one. Then in the second, the Eagles defense stepped up. Arlano with the pickpocket. It held Paint Rock to just 3 points in the quarter and took a 20-point lead at the half. Now in the fourth, Eagles pulling away. Michael McGuire, cross-court pass. There's Ferguson again, count it, and 1. As Sterling City wins their first gold ball in 9 years for basketball. They win 66-34. Here's Eagles head coach Cody Slate on his team's accomplishment.
I'm just happy for the kids, man. They've worked hard. This is a hard-working group of kids, and they've earned it. They've earned this one. They've paid their dues, and I'm just happy we could get one. At the start of the season, it was pretty much the goal, just win a gold ball. And the younger kids, the underclassmen, they didn't want to send the seniors out without winning one, and it's been fight for each other the whole way.
Game 2 in Coleman. Miles taking on Stanford, who will advance. First quarter, Davian Martinez's shot is going to rim out. But guess who's there? Brandon Rodriguez is there. That's a bucket. Miles leads by 3 points. The fans, they're into it, of course, in the area round. But Stanford, they start putting their foot on the gas. The young tree, Austin Brewer, gets the board and throws a Hail Mary to DeMarcus Barber. He gets the acrobatic finish to give Stanford a 2-point lead. Second quarter, and Stanford starts banging it inside. Say hello to Trace Price, owner of the Paint. Bucket after bucket. That guy was working down low, and of course it's working for them, so why not keep at it? Brewer getting that one to drop again. Stanford led by 10 at the break, and they led when the final buzzer sounded. They get the win 50-34. Miles' season comes to an end. So what about the boys? Veribest taking on Menard in the by-district round. Second quarter, Veribest up big. Bobby Dunn, he's going to go up and under, high off the glass for the lay-in. Falcons trying to end this one early. Veribest built a pretty large lead, but Menard would climb back. Jordan McSherry knocks down the three-pointer before the half. That cuts the lead to 7. Menard then came out strong in the second half as well. Kellen Kaufman fights his way in the paint and gets the lay-in. That makes it just a 2-point Falcon lead, but Veribest would survive the comeback by the Yellow Jackets in the fourth. Closing stages, Chance Rubel drives in, hits the bucket and the foul. Veribest gets the win in Brownwood, 47-42. Brady taking on Crane, boys by district round in Sterling City. Second quarter, Golden Cranes up 8. Anthony Cook hits the runner. Bulldogs keeping up with the District 3 3A champs. Then under a minute in the quarter. Quick ball movement sets this up. A wide open Cook in the corner. 3-ball. You know he can make those. That cuts the lead to just 5, but there's still time on the clock. Jordan Velasco off the feed from Donnie Bishop hits the contested 3 right before the buzzer. Crane took an 8-point lead into the half. Now in the third, Velasco swings it over to Bishop. He sinks the triple. A lot of threes in this game. Crane led by 12 going into the fourth. They come away with the win, 65-55. Brady's season is over. Let's take a look at some other scores from the boys by district round. Starting in Class 4A, Lakeview season comes to an end. The Chiefs falling to Wichita Falls Hershey 57-39 out in Fort Stockton. In Class 3A, this surprised a lot of people. Wall loses to Anthony in the by district round 60-53. The District 4 3A champs are done. Ballinger, however, they advance out of District 4 3A. The Bearcats defeated Alpine and Stanton 56-49. Ballinger using a huge third quarter to fuel a comeback in that one. The Eagles of TLCA are bounced in the by-district round by Tornillo 64-53. And then moving over to Class 2A, Mason's season is over. They lose to Stacy 53-39. And then Junction's season also coming to an end in the by-district round. LaPryor eliminating them 67-21. 13 Concho Valley High School boys teams entered the playoffs. Only 6 remained after the by-district round. Coming up on Season Pass, we continue with high school basketball. We'll recap the boys' area round and the girls' regional quarterfinal rounds. All this and more after the break.
West Texas Rehab's Hospice of San Angelo is seeking a full-time RN or LVN to join our team. We offer excellent benefits and a team environment. Apply online today at westtexasrehab.org.
Did you know 50% of your body weight rests in the middle while you sleep? That's why Sealy's exclusive Posturepedic technology reinforces the center where you need it most. But don't take my word for it. Come to Denver Mattress and see for yourself. Plus, get a free $200 Furniture Row gift certificate with the purchase of select Sealy hybrid mattress sets. And rest easy knowing every mattress comes with our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Sealy at Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hey, man.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, I think you missed a spot. But what I don't want you to miss are these great deals on used cars during Truck Month at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Right now, get a 2014 Honda Civic, or a 2018 Ford Focus, or a 2018 Nissan Sentra. Your choice, just $10,988.
Shop 24/7 at bassbunts.com. Hey, don't cut yourself.
You think CC Roofing stands for complete coverage?
No, CC Roofing stands for Credible Craftsman.
Complete coverage.
Credible Craftsman.
Complete coverage.
Credible Craftsman.
I'm Jim Kane.
And I'm Brandon Kane.
And that's what CC Roofing stands for. We've been helping our neighbors in the Concho Valley since 1981.
So when it's time for a new roof, know that you can trust us to take care of your home.
Complete coverage.
Go to sleep.
Watch KLST for complete election night coverage you can trust. The races and issues that matter to you matter to us. So tune in to KLST for up-to-the-minute and accurate election coverage and results. Sponsored by Angelo MRI.
Welcome back to Season Pass. We just saw Sterling City claim its first gold ball in 9 years, but Thursday they wanted more. The Eagles matched up against number 25 Rankin, looking to advance to the regional quarterfinals. So out to the Janelle Center for Sterling City and Rankin in the area round. Eagles led 42-38 at the break. Back and forth action in the third quarter. Titan Quigg knocks down the 3 for Rankin to give them a 1-point lead. Sterling City quick to respond though. Chance Ferguson a spin move and Rankin floats it in. Eagles back on top. Rankin had the chance to win it off of free throws. You've got to make those fundamentals. Tied at 75 with 2 seconds left. He misses both of them, so we head to overtime. Rankin took a 4-point lead early in OT until Isaiah Arellano drives, can't hit the shot, but Hudson Cox fights his way in and gets the putback to tie it up, and then Cross Niddle picks up the Rankin turnover, pushes it ahead to Quentin McMillan for the lead. Sterling City finishes it off with some free throws. The Eagles win 87-79. Ferguson led the Eagles with 19 points. So which Concho Valley teams advanced past the area round? Ballinger, well, they didn't. The Bearcats season is over after losing to Canadian 56-48 on Friday. The next three teams moving on. The Cristobal Cougars, they get the win over Plains to advance. 55-33, the final from Stanton. Cristobal will face Sundown in the regional quarterfinals. 13th ranked Erie County also moving on. They down Buena Vista 51-31. The Hornets are now 30-1 overall. They'll face Balmorhea in the regional quarterfinals. Eden, the champions of District 12-1A, they beat Sierra Blanca 58-36 to advance to the regional quarterfinals. They'll face Sterling City, who we just saw earlier. And then to close out the area round, the Veribest Falcons were sent packing in a tough game. Their season ends to Balmorhea by 1 point in overtime, 54-53. So let the playoff madness continue. 4 girls high school basketball area teams were left standing when the regional quarterfinals kicked off last Tuesday. We have highlights from all but one of those games. So let's go ahead and get things started out in Colorado City. Cristobal taking on 8th ranked Haskell. A tough test for the Lady Cougars. Haskell opened it up on fire. Landry Hansen knocks down the corner 3. Maidens start the game on a 10-1 run second quarter. Lady Cougars start to close the gap. Off the Haskell turnover, Allison Vaughn off the glass and in. Cristobal down by 2. Moments later, Vaughn, she's going to tie it up at 15 with this lay-in. Richardson getting the fans going. The Maidens led 21-19 at the break, but Haskell, they really started to pull away in the fourth. Great ball movement to Callie Everett for the bucket. Gives them a 45-34 lead later. Delaney Hansen misses the layup, but grabs the rebound and putback. Also fouled, at least to a 13-point advantage for the Maidens. Haskell wins it 60-46. Hansen had a game-high 25 points for the Maidens. Over to Class 1A, 16th ranked Blackwell battling Water Valley in the regional quarterfinals. Lady Hornets have won the previous 2 meetings this season, and Blackwell ended the first half with some flair. Micah Ibarra nails the triple, and then Emily Sanderson gets the layup. She had 11 points. Lady Hornets lead 27-21 at the half. Water Valley starts the third quarter with a little spark of its own. Calissa Minton-Holland gets the shot to fall, and then seconds later, it's Holland again inside. She had 11 points. Blackwell leads by 2, but the mean green Lady Hornets seal it in the fourth. Ibarra, no. Sanderson, yes, with the foul. The crowd goes wild, and they have a reason to. Blackwell wins 44-37. They advance to the regional semifinals. More to come from Blackwell in just a bit. More regional quarterfinal action. Veribest taking on Santa Ana and Brownwood. Lady Falcons leading before the half, trying to stretch it. Kennedy Wheelis steps up and hits the 3. Veribest led 19-10 at halftime. Second half now. Lady Falcons trying to put it away. Kennedy Wheelis sinks another 3-pointer from the corner. She's been hot all postseason. Veribest up 24-10. Santa Ana would fight until the final buzzer, though. Gomez keeps her team in it with that shot from downtown. The door is shut by Cora Blackwell, the freshman. She drills the mid-range jumper as the Lady Falcons win and advance 26-15, the final score. Back to the high school basketball scoreboard. The only girls regional quarterfinal game we couldn't get our hands on was out in Fredericksburg. Mason moving on after beating Harper 50-28. Mason then beat Waymar 42-26 in San Marcos to advance to the regional finals. They'll face District 27 2A rival and champion San Saba. The two split the season series. More on that a little later. So bring on the regional semifinals. Number 23, Veribest, making its second straight appearance, battling Aspermont and Abilene. And the Lady Falcons jumped out to a quick lead in the first. Callie Briley sinks a 3. And then minutes later, Cora Blackwell from almost the same spot. That's money. She led the team with 11 points. Veribest led by 8 at the half. Didn't let off in the third. Bella Hoffman plows through 2 defenders for the bucket. Veribest leads 39-24. Fourth quarter, Zoe Bratcher feeds his inside to Hoffman. She bounces it in. She finished with 10 points in this one, and the Lady Falcons win 49-43. They advance to their first regional final in program history. Highlights from that one coming up in just a few moments. 16th ranked Blackwell in the regional semifinals for the first time ever, facing number 7 Hermleigh. First quarter, Madison Solis finds a lane and takes it for the bucket. She's just so great at creating her own shot. There she is again doing just that. But she really got the hot hand in the second. Jaden Feitschitz off the mark. Solis is there for the recovery. Gets that one to go. Lady Cardinals with a 2-point lead at the half. Third quarter, Solis trying to dump it inside. That leads to a scramble. Somehow, Micah Ibarra drills it, comes away with it, and hits that 3. That gives Blackwell a 1-point lead, but Hermleigh started to settle in, and the senior Makai Gonzalez was a problem for Blackwell all night. Gets the bucket there. Lady Hornets fall in the regional semifinals. Their historic season comes to an end, 43-27. Which brings us to the regional finals. Number 7 Hermleigh and number 23 Veribest facing off for a spot in the state tournament. A slow start for both teams. The Lady Falcons get their first field goal courtesy of Kennedy Wheelis. Makes that tough bucket and is fouled. Free throw good. Veribest ties it at 5 late in the first. There's Cora Blackwell putting the icing on the cake right before the buzzer. Schlicke just waiting for that high five. Second quarter tied at 7. Callie Briley breaks the tie with the triple. Veribest up by 10. She's hit plenty of those this postseason. Bella Hoffman knocking down the 3 as well from the corner. Lady Falcons lead 13-9 at the half. Free throws just so big for Veribest down the stretch as the Lady Falcons win 27-25 to advance to the state tournament for the first time in program history. A lot of history being made this postseason. Here's Bella Hoffman and Chris Schlicke after the game.
It feels beyond amazing. Like, we all started crying. It's something that no one has ever thought Veribest was capable of, and it's really nice to prove people like that wrong. It's just amazing. Our seniors are awesome, and it's just awesome for them to be here for that, and our freshmen, and I don't know. It's just awesome.
It was one of those moments I'll cherish forever. Your first time going is amazing. I've had the pleasure to go a few times as an assistant, but never as the head coach, and this is awesome. This is a great feeling, not just for me, but for these girls, because I know the work they put in. I know the open gyms that they come to, and these girls buy into whatever it is that I tell them to.
Veribest not the only school from the Concho Valley going to the state tournament. The Mason Cowgirls punched their ticket to the Final Four yesterday for the 3rd consecutive year. Mason getting the win over District 27 2A rival San Saba 33-32. Mason heading to San Antonio. They'll face Munster on Friday at 10 a.m. at the Alamo Dome. Veribest will battle Nazareth in the state semifinals on Thursday at 10 a.m. Congrats to both Veribest and Mason on making the Final Four coming up on Season Pass. We take a look at Angelo State as the Rams battled West Texas A&M. The ASU basketball teams also closed the regular season. All the highlights from the world of Angelo State coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Hey, buddy, you doing a little yoga there?
Hey, Todd. Yeah, no, just setting this up for my wife.
Well, you do that while I remind everybody it's Truck Month at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Thanks.
Right now, you can get a brand new 2019 Ford F-150 4x4 Crew Cab XLT and get $15 grand in total savings.
Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston, Hardin Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com. Namaste.
Hi, I'm Mike. MGB wants to be your MVP, most valuable payer. Bring your gold, silver, and diamonds to MGB, and you'll say,
I sold gold, and I like Mike.
On Avenue Inn by Angelo State.
Start the new year with our best deal yet. For a limited time, get Altice One Plus Internet from Suddenlink for just $54.99 a month. And you'll get over 200 channels, 4K Ultra HD, a voice-activated remote, and 100 meg speed. All from the fastest internet provider according to PC Mag. You'll also get a $100 Amazon.com gift card on us. The best new deal for your new year. Get Altice One Plus Internet for just $54.99 a month. Call 844-736-0604 or visit Suddenlink.com today. Altice One, only at Suddenlink.
Hungry for the best treats and eats in Texas? Come into DQ for our limited time deal. $3 Hunger Busters. And treat yourself with a delicious Blizzard treat in your favorite flavor. DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
We switched.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy for my family. I switched for more room. Hey. We switched.
Why do we switch?
For adventure. For this.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
I'm never switching back.
Get $3,000 cash allowance on all Trax models. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Welcome back to Season Pass. Angelo State Baseball welcomed their biggest test in the early season this weekend. 14th ranked WT coming to town. So let's go ahead and just roll those highlights, because who wants to see my face anyway? Friday, game one under the lights of Foster Field, bottom fourth. Game tied at 1. Justin Lee slaps one past the second baseman, Nick Novak. Scores from third. Rams take a 2-1 lead. Top 6, 2 outs for Clay Coulter. Gets a hold of one from Trent Baker out to right and gone. That ties the game up at 2. What a blast from him. Bottom 7th, 2 on for Brad Mathewitz. A hard hit ball to the third baseman. He can't get a glove on it. Tyler Mendoza races home. Rams take a 3-2 lead. This one actually went to extras with Nick Saginowicz walking it off in the bottom of the 11th. Rams win game 1, 5-4. Well, there'll be more fireworks. Game 2 against the Rams and Buffs out at Foster Field yesterday. Bottom second, WT leads 1-0. Solid base running by Justin Lee. He swipes second easily. And then later in the inning, Tyler Mendoza looks like he's going to get caught in a pickle. Meanwhile, Lee takes off from third, beats the tag at the plate, just heads up base running from the Rams. That ties the game at 1, but not for long. Top of the third, Cade Engel at the dish with 1 on, not anymore. Going, gone. A 2-run shot gives the Buffs a 3-1 lead. However, the Rams stormed back in the bottom of the 7th, including this bomb to walk it off by Nick Saginowicz. Here's the call from Ram TV and the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
3-1 the count now, 2 away. Saginowicz, he crosses that one to left field. It's gone. Angelo State wins. Are you kidding me? Nick Saginowicz, one more time, crushes a 2-run home run, 3-run, home run, and Angelo State will win the first game of this doubleheader.
Which brings us to game 3 of the series, and if you're a fan of pitching, this one is for you. Top first, Buffs threatening with a runner on second, and Josh Barnett gets Kyle Moose swinging to end the inning, and there's just a lot more where that came from. Bottom second, 2 on for Parker Bramlett. How about Chandler Dean? Hey, he can do better. Strikes him out. Inning over. Quality pitching from Dean. He pitched a complete game, striking out 9, allowing 6 hits with 2 earned runs. WT gets on the board the very next inning. Moose lines one into right. Isaiah Madrid comes in to score. Buffs take a 1-0 lead, and they hand Angelo State its first loss of the season. WT taking the nightcap of the doubleheader, 8-2 the final. The Rams now 16-1, looking to take the series win against the number 14 Buffs. ASU trailing by 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. 1 on for Brad Mathewitz. He crushes it to left and way beyond the bullpen. Can't even see it land. Goodbye. WT still in front, though, 5-3. The Rams in some trouble again in the bottom of the 8th. Down 8-4, but say hello to Tyler Mendoza and say goodbye to that baseball. A 2-run shot over the left field wall. His 3rd homer this season cuts the deficit to just 2 runs, and you know the narrative by now. ASU down to their last out in the bottom of the 9th. Nick Saginowicz, another homer out to right. That ties it at 8. So on to extras we go, and it leads to this. How about some more fireworks? Same score, bases loaded. Aaron Walters delivers a single to right. Josh Elvire scores for the walk-off win. The chase is on. Walk-off huddle forming in right field. Who can get there first? It just never gets old. Rams win it 9-8. Gotta love it. The Angelo State basketball teams wrapped up the regular season yesterday against UT Permian Basin, but the Bells and Rams in line to make the LSC tournament, but a win would certainly help their case. Nothing is certain, though. Bells Falcons. ASU won the first meeting by 29 points. Bells up 65-58 with 9 minutes left. Falcons trying to chip away. Alexis Qualman blocked by D. Moore, and she can do it on the other end as well. Moore gets in position. Her shot goes off the back iron and in. She had a game-high 22 points. Bells up by 9 under 6 minutes to go. ASU trying to push its lead to double digits. Sawyer Lloyd lines up a 3 and nails it. Angelo State up by 11 as ASU hangs on 86-79. They close out the regular season with the win. The Bells will host Midwestern State on Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. in the first round of the Lone Star Conference Tournament. The Rams coming into the day tied for 4th in the LSC, taking on UT Permian Basin as well. Opening possession of the game. Shot clock winding down for UTPB. Pat Dimbley tries his luck from long range. His 3 is good. And then the next time down the floor, another senior for the Falcons. Miles Washington on the drive, leans and lays it in off the glass. A quick 5-point lead for the Falcons later in the first quarter. And this guy right here, Paul Williams, started to catch fire. Gets the Rams on the board. Knocks down a 3 from the left wing. He finished with 26 points. Andres Ibargüen added 23 points as the Rams close out the regular season with a dominating win, 92-67. ASU will take on the winner of Lubbock Christian and Midwestern State on Friday. That one in the second round of the LSC tournament, tipping off at 8:30. LSC tournament. It'll be interesting to see if the Bells and Rams can get on some kind of run. Next on Season Pass, you know what it is. I don't need to explain it. It's the Player of the Week. We'll be right back.
Watch KLST for complete election night coverage you can trust. The races and issues that matter to you matter to us. So tune in to KLST for up-to-the-minute and accurate election coverage and results. Sponsored by Angelo MRI.
Figaro, 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 Figaro. Hey, buddy.
Todd?
Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know about Truck Month at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Get a 2013 Nissan Armada SL, or a 2016 Nissan Rogue SL, or a 2019 Mazda CX-3. Your choice, just $14,988, or 0 down and only $263 a month.
Shop 24/7 at bassbunts.com. Hey, buddy, just FYI, you were just a little off-key there.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
In 2016, we did something so drastic, we had to wait 4 years to try it again. It's the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row, and everything is on sale. Shop today and find amazing deals on sofas and sectionals, deep discounts on dining sets, tables, and chairs, incredible bargains on king, queen, and kids' bedroom sets, and supercharge your sleep life with a new mattress. Plus, get exclusive 4-year no-interest financing. That's no interest until next Leap Year. But hurry, the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
With the opening of our second location on Sherwood Way, we offer families a selection of the location that best fits their needs. Serving the Concho Valley with 4 locations: San Angelo, Grape Creek, Robert Lee, and Bronx.
Sounds like another amazing weekend. Brought to you by the Toyota Tundra and Tacoma.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months or $4,000 total bonus on a new 2020 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, buddy, you doing a little yoga there?
Hey, Todd. Yeah, no, just setting this up for my wife.
Well, you do that while I remind everybody it's Truck Month at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks.
Thanks.
Right now, get a 2016 Buick Encore, or a 2018 Kia Soul, or a 2017 Ford Escape. Your choice, just $11,988, or 0 down and only $211 a month.
Shop 24/7 at bassbunts.com. Namaste.
Welcome back to Season Pass. Nick Saginowicz is our player of the week. Head over to ConchoValleyHomepage.com for more on him. We'll be back here next week. Good night, Concho Valley.
Season Pass, sponsored by Kelly Grimsley Kia.